channel. Hello old subscribers and new subscribers. Today is a story time video. It's kind of sad. Um, so let's get right into it. Back when I was like 12, 13ish, I was really rebellious, and so I did and said a lot of things that I didn't want to say, but I said it anyway. If that makes sense. So I got into it with my mom, and it was a big fight. So back then, I didn't really voice myself. Like, I wrote letters, and I wrote like little stupid letters, being young and dumb. So I wrote her this letter, jokingly saying that my dad wasn't my dad. Just stupid, rebellious teen stupidity. So I went back to my room. Then my mama called me in her room, and I went back there, and she just straight out angrily told me, "Your dad is not your dad." And I was completely and utterly shocked, hurt, confused, like, what is going on? I was just joking when I said that in that letter, but it turns out he wasn't my dad. And back then, I guess there were kind of clues that he wasn't, because like his name was on my birth certificate, my last name is not his last name, blah 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 blah, all that BS. And I thought it was just because they weren't married when they had me, but it turns out because he really wasn't my daddy, like in a biological sense. So I took that very hard. I went into a depressed state of mind, and I didn't know what to think about it. A lot of things that I went through when I was younger, as far as his family goes, made a whole lot of sense then when I found that out. So and then when I got older, my mama sat me down and talked to me about my biological dad. They were together for like a year or so. She was in college at UNCG, and he was at A&T, I think. And they were together, and she got pregnant with me. And he pretty much didn't take that news very well. So he pretty much just cussed my mom out, said the baby's not his, he's not gonna take care of me, blah blah blah. All that bullshit that dudes, not all dudes, but some dudes do, guys do when they find out they got a girl pregnant. So he hit my mama. And mind you, my mom is not, she's a sweet person, but if you put your hands on her, yeah, she's gonna snap. So he hit her, and she just cut him and then left. So being pregnant with me, she just dropped out of school and moved back home. And the whole time she was pregnant with me, he made her life a living hell, is what she said. He would call and say, "Well, I'm going to take her from you. I'm going to raise her on my own. You're not going to get to see her." This, that. So when I was born, Mama said he knew when I was going to be born, her due date, everything. And so she said when I was like 1 or 2, he said he's going to come see me, but he never ever showed up. So when I was about 6 months old, that's when she met my dad, and he pretty much took me in and raised me as his own. Everybody who knows me knows, oh, that's such and such daughter. Like, you're the oldest, right? Yes, I'm the oldest. And I'm pretty much I took it pretty hard. I was depressed for a little bit. I rebelled a lot after that. And then I got stuck in a rut in my 20s. And so my mom looked his family up. But that's like a different story. And I will tell y'all about that later. But I just wanted to come and talk. Um, for those who have been through that I've been through, finding out your dad's not your biological dad or whatever, just know he's your dad. He may not be your biological dad. You don't have the same DNA, but that doesn't matter. DNA does not matter at all. If he raised you since you were a little baby till now, and everybody knows you as his child, then you're his child. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no, doesn't matter if your name, his name's on your birth certificate. You don't have his last name, whatever. It doesn't matter. He is your dad. And that's how I look at it now. Like, he's my daddy. He's always going to be my daddy. I'm always going to be a daddy's girl. I love him to death. Um, I will do anything for him. Anything. When I say anything, I mean anything. I thank him for taking on the responsibility of raising me when another man wouldn't. He would not want to take that responsibility. He did not want to take that responsibility. And that's his loss. Because I'm a daddy's girl all the way. I would do anything for my day. I sit and watch TV together. We sit and watch sports together. We watch football together, basketball. We do it all together. So I just want to come and, you know, give you that little story of finding out my daddy's not my biological daddy, but he's my daddy nonetheless. My biological daddy, unfortunately, he passed away back in like 2005, so he never got to see me. I mean, he never got to physically see me. He had an opportunity, he chose not to. That's his loss, not mine. I forgive him, and I'll get to know his family, and I look just like them, they say. So when I look in the mirror, too much, I'm a girl version of him, is what they say. But it is what it is, nonetheless. My daddy's my daddy. He loves me for me. So any male out there who's been through that, you're not alone. And if you're going through it, you're not alone. It's their loss, not yours. Just forgive and forget. But that is the end of my little story time about finding out my daddy is not my biological daddy, and the whole scenario, like the whole reason why my biological daddy didn't want to be in my life. But I hope you guys enjoy this story. I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.